United States, U.S. President Donald Trump announced that Boeing has been awarded a major contract to build the next generation of advanced fighter jets called the F-47. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Military Notes. The contract is intended to continue the development of a replacement for the F-22 Raptor stealth fighter jet that has been in operation for about 2 decades. The plan is for the F-47 to be designed as a new, more advanced aircraft that will be able to operate alongside drones. After a rigorous and thorough competition between some of America's leading aerospace companies, the Air Force will award the contract for the next-generation Air Dominance (NGAD) platform to Boeing, Trump told reporters in the Oval Office, as quoted by AFP Saturday, March 22, 2025. NGAD has been known as America's 6th-generation fighter jet project. Trump said the contract price could not be disclosed for security reasons. There's nothing close to that in the world, and it will be known as the F-47. The generals choose a title, and it's a beautiful number, F-47, said Trump, who is the 47th president of the United States. The announcement is a boon for Boeing, which has faced a difficult past year in which it has struggled with lengthy labor strikes and flight safety issues. The NGAD effort was paused in 2024 due to cost concerns, a major focus of the Trump administration, which has tasked billionaire Elon Musk with cutting government spending through the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. The Congressional Budget Office estimated in 2018 that the NGAD airframe could cost up to $300 million per unit, far more than many other aircraft currently in the U.S. inventory. Major General Joseph Kunkel, a senior Air Force officer, said earlier this month that the service conducted a study after its suspension last year that concluded, not just in the past, not just in the present, but also in the future, air superiority is important. What this study tells us is we've tried a lot of different options, and there's no more viable option than NGAD to achieve air superiority in this highly contested environment, he said at a symposium in Colorado. The F-47 will replace the F-22 Raptor, which was developed in the 1980s. The F-22 has stealth, high maneuverability, and the ability to supercruise or sustain supersonic flight without afterburners. The U.S. Air Force, USAF, confirmed that its future fighter jet and centerpiece of the next-generation Air Dominance NGAD program will fly during President Donald Trump's administration. At my direction, the United States Air Force is moving forward with the world's first 6th-generation fighter jet, said President Trump during a press briefing at the White House. Nothing in the world comes even close to it, and it'll be known as the F-47. F-47 is designed to integrate next-generation stealth, sensor fusion, and long-range strike capabilities to counter the most sophisticated adversaries in contested environments. Its adaptability and modular design ensure integration with emerging technologies. Boeing followed with an update confirming it will deliver the aircraft, although no contract details have been made available. Boeing wins F-47 contract. The Prime has produced many combat aircraft, including the P-51 Mustang, F-4 Phantom, F-15 Eagle, F/A-18 Hornet, and EA-18G Growler to the United States. However, Lockheed Martin has delivered the most recent advanced fighter aircraft to the USAF, from the 5th-generation F-35 Lightning II and the F-22 Raptor, as the supplier ascended to what seemed to be an uncontested space among U.S. defense primes. The contract represents a welcomed break for Boeing, an aviation prime that has fallen, financially and in the public imagination, after a string of problems with safety in its manufacturing process across its commercial and defense businesses. At the start of this year, Air Education and Training Command requested that Boeing allay concerns with additional safety guarantees with the delivery of 4 production representative test vehicles in fiscal year 2026 before rolling out the full-fledged T-7A trainer aircraft. For the past 5 years, the X-planes for this new NGAD aircraft have been quietly laying the foundation for the F-47, flying hundreds of hours, testing cutting-edge concepts and proving that we can push the envelope of technology with confidence, the USAF stated. Compared with what the service argue is the finest air superiority fighter in the world right now, the F-22, of which there are 183 units in service, the F-47 is said to constitute a generational leap forward and still cost less. Road to NGAD. NGAD comprises more than just the new F-47 combat aircraft, but also a host of various uncrewed autonomous systems that will provide additional attritable mass at the tactical level, known as collaborative combat aircraft, or CCAs. The service intend to procure up to 1,000 systems. Anduril and General Atomics are the two competing vendors in the CCA portion of NGAD. Strangely, this platform announcement comes after the summer of 2024, when the USAF announced that they wanted to pause the NGAD program, citing cost concerns. 5 months ago, at the International Fighter Conference in Berlin, a senior Air Force official revealed that NGAD lived on, that rumors of the program's demise were grossly exaggerated. We are at a point where we must reevaluate exactly what NGAD becomes before making an investment worth several billions of dollars, the official reassured international colleagues. The United States has reaffirmed its dominance in military technology by introducing the next-generation fighter jet, the F-47, developed as an evolutionary successor to the F-35 and F-22 series. Designed to meet the challenges of modern warfare, the F-47 brings major leaps in speed, artificial intelligence, stealth, and the integration of future weapon systems. Technological innovation. More than just speed. The F-47 is more than just fast. It can reach Mach 2.5 with a combat radius of more than 2,000 kilometers without the need for in-flight refueling. The latest engine technology allows the aircraft to reduce heat and noise emissions, making it extremely difficult for enemy radars to detect. The F-47 is also equipped with a new nano-composite coating system that makes it nearly invisible to infrared sensors and conventional radars. Integration of AI and autonomy. One of the most prominent features of the F-47 is its ability to operate missions semi-autonomously. With a fully integrated artificial intelligence system, the F-47 can recognize targets, map routes, avoid missiles, and coordinate with combat drones, loyal wingmen, without the need for full human control. Although the pilot is still in the cockpit, most of the administrative tasks and low-level decision-making have been automated. Advanced weapons and modularity. The F-47 carries a very flexible weapons configuration. In one mission, it can carry long-range air-to-air missiles, laser-guided smart bombs, to energy weapon systems such as tactical lasers and microwaves to disable enemy electronic devices. The entire weapon system is designed modularly, allowing the aircraft to be quickly customized according to mission needs, from reconnaissance, airstrikes, to anti-satellite defense. Communication and network systems. The F-47 is also the center of air communications in the modern warfare system. With the 6th-generation military network technology, next-gen tactical network, this aircraft is able to exchange data in real time with land, sea, air, and space units. This allows coordination of attacks and intelligence across platforms with unprecedented accuracy and speed. Global strategic implications. The launch of the F-47 is seen as a paradigm shift in global military strategy. With its extensive capabilities and cutting-edge technology, the United States sends a strong message to the world that it is ready to face the geopolitical challenges of the 21st century. Competitors such as China and Russia are also predicted to accelerate the development of their combat systems to compete with the F-47. Although it has not been officially announced when the F-47 will be fully operational, Several prototypes have undergone tests at a secret military facility in Nevada and have shown performance above expectations. The U.S. Department of Defense stated that the F-47 is expected to be ready to enter the production line by the end of this decade and will spearhead U.S. air power until 2050. Testing and development. Behind-the-scenes secrets. The F-47 is being developed by a consortium of leading U.S. defense companies led by Lockheed Martin in collaboration with Northrop Grumman, Raytheon Technologies, and several high-tech startups focused on AI and space-based defense systems. The project is known internally as Project Phantom Edge and has been funded through a secret Department of Defense budget since 2022. A series of tests were conducted at remote military bases, such as Area 51 and Edwards Air Force Base. Engineers and test pilots revealed that the aircraft has a more responsive control system than its predecessors and is able to adapt to various changing combat scenarios. Even in simulated air combat against other fifth-generation fighter jets, the F-47 was able to defeat opponents with 87% efficiency, air dominance, and the future of combat. The F-47 is not just a fighter, it is an integrated air warfare system. With AI swarming technology, the F-47 can lead a squadron of autonomous drones to attack, distract, or defend collectively. This capability makes the F-47 an air commander that never tires, is always alert, and is very difficult to defeat. Even in the context of hybrid warfare or conflicts in areas with high cyber threats, the F-47 is able to survive electronic interference thanks to the quantum encryption communication system that makes all its communication channels almost impossible to hack. This provides a major strategic advantage in modern digital combat scenarios, international reaction, and the new arms race. The introduction of the F-47 has raised concerns from many countries, including China and Russia. Beijing is reported to have accelerated the development of the J-30, while Moscow is accelerating the Su-75 checkmate project. The emergence of the F-47 has also changed the defense strategy calculations of NATO countries, which are starting to consider purchasing units or developing collaborations for more limited export versions. Some analysts call the presence of the F-47 the beginning of a sixth-generation arms race, which relies not only on the physical power of weapons, but on the superiority of data, AI, and global networks. In a world where the speed of information is as important as explosive power, the F-47 could be the leader of a new military revolution. F-47's first mission and future. According to Pentagon sources, the F-47's first operational mission is expected to take place in 2028 in a joint transcontinental operation aimed at testing the aircraft's capabilities in a real, high-intensity field. The mission is reported to involve a simulated conflict in the Indo-Pacific region, which is currently the region with the greatest geopolitical tension due to the South China Sea dispute and increased military activity around Taiwan. The F-47 will be deployed with autonomous combat drones in the Ghost Wing formation, which will conduct reconnaissance, precision strikes, and electronic jamming missions against enemy defense systems. In addition, the aircraft will also be tested for its ability to detect and disable enemy satellites using high-power laser-based tactical anti-satellite weapons. The success of this first mission will be a strong signal to the world that the era of sixth-generation combat has arrived. An era where humans and machines no longer just work together, but think and fight together in an integrated, intelligent network. From sky to orbit, a long-term vision. The F-47's superiority is not limited to the Earth's atmosphere. In the long-term development phase, there are plans for this aircraft to be able to operate in low Earth orbit, LEO, for military space purposes. With the addition of an orbital thruster module and gravity adjustment system, the F-47X version is developed to carry out satellite defense and space patrol missions, as part of the United States space superiority strategy pioneered by the U.S. Space Force. It is not impossible that the F-47 will later become a pioneer in the integration of air and space power in one futuristic fighter platform. The combination of speed, artificial intelligence, combat capability, and space compatibility make this aircraft a symbol of the strength and sophistication of the American military in the digital era. Conclusion: F-47, shadow of the future of air combat. The presence of the F-47 marks a new phase in the history of air warfare. It is not only the fastest, quietest, and most intelligent aircraft ever made by humans, but also a symbol of the military's transformation into an era of technological dominance. With every component designed to act, think, and adjust in real time, the F-47 represents the U.S. military's vision. Superior not because of numbers, but because of systemic and technological superiority.